If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 3 of the FM stream series. These are, of course, the videos taken from the stream that we do over on twitch.tv on Football Manager. If you enjoy it, then hit that like button. If you want to see more and you want to see the series live, then follow my Twitch channel. There will be a link in the description down below. Or if you missed anything else previously from this series, then of course check the channel page or the playlist for it. But without further ado, in the past episode we got our first job interview, and now in today's one we're going to be taking that interview and hopefully getting our first job. We have our first job interview, ladies and gentlemen. We have our first job interview. Is anything else available? Bury, Luton, Plymouth. No, nothing else is available. Job security. We have our first job interview. I'm just keeping an eye out just in case on anything else that's available. There isn't much. Bloody hell, almost everybody in League, the French second division, is insecure right now. Luton. We will attend the interview. The board are pleased that you've taken the time to attend today. There are a few questions we would like to ask to see if you are the manager we want to take the club forward. I'm glad you've given me the chance to talk to the club. Let's get down to business. You've never managed a club team before. Why is that, and why should I overlook that fact? Also, they're picking up the fact that we are unemployed and have no prior experience. I simply haven't been in management that long, but it's something that I've always been near the top of my ambitions as a manager. I would have hoped that my reputation and standing in the game would be enough for you to overlook my lack of club experience. Everybody has to start somewhere. I haven't managed a club yet, but I'm desperate to get started. I've been waiting for the right opportunity. I admit that would be a risk to take me on any club. If you believe I'm the right person... That's a bit arrogant, isn't it, to say something like that? I think saying something like, I've been waiting for the right opportunity to take my first steps into club football, and then that shows that I've been waiting for the right opportunity, and I've chosen Luton as I feel that that's the right opportunity. So we'll say that. Can you explain why you appear to be in the running for a few jobs right now? Referring obviously to the fact that we applied for the Bury job as well. I'm just trying to forge ahead with my career by any means necessary. I'm merely considering my options. I don't think it's unreasonable. It's an unreasonable number of clubs to be talking to. I admit that it doesn't look good. If you want me to withdraw from the others for a serious opportunity at this job, I will do just that. Right now, that's nobody else's business but mine. Again, that seems a bit standoffish. So I'm thinking of going either I'm merely considering my options, or I admit that it doesn't look good, and if you want me to withdraw from others for a serious opportunity at this job, I will do just that. What should we go for? Should we say we're considering our options, or should we say, we'll leave that one if you want us, we'll, drop the Bury interest if you want us to, just so we can have this one at Luton. I'll wait for your response in the chat. He's trying to get a phone call from Jennifer Lopez. Not really too sure. Not really too sure, bro. Yeah, drop Bury, options. Yeah, seems a few people saying options. More are saying options than they are Bury, so we will go with that one. We'll go with I'm merely considering my options. Club would be looking for a candidate capable of performing to our expected standards across multiple competitions. Are you confident of handling that better than our previous manager? Well, John still did get you promoted, so it is a bit harsh to have sacked him this early on at the end of October. I'm confident of achieving every target set for me if I get the job. I've always been more about the process than the result, and I'd suggest that this club needs to focus on more than just competition performance. Meaning that he'd want, the club to grow as a whole with, kind of youth football and just the general reputation of the club. I can say I'm confident, because you have to be confident, don't you? Is there anything which you would like us to judge you on if you were appointed as manager? And what are the philosophies that they like are direct football. They moderately agree with direct football. They slightly agree to play defensive. No opinion on attacking. Now, personally, I like to play a positional style of football, but they slightly disagree with that. But it's only slightly disagree. They're not like, no, I don't want you to play possession. Sign young players for the first team. They moderately disagree. So they wouldn't want me to sign young players for the first team, but they would want me to develop players using the club's youth system. And they have no opinion about signing players, whether from Chairman's Nation, Clubs Nation, or high-profile players. But they would want me to bring in players from the youth system. That's interesting. Obviously, being a lower league side, you would have presumed that they would have wanted that anyway. I would like to be allowed to play a possession style of football. Now, do we pander to what they want, just to try and get the job, or do we try and get a job where we'd be judged on the sort of football that I want to play? Would it be counterintuitive to get a job and then, say what the board want to hear to get a job and then play a different way just because that's the way I want to play, and that might put the board off us? I'm not too sure. What do you think in the chat? They moderately disagree with the make the most of set pieces, so that's fine. That's not a problem. Corners and free kicks and the like. I would like to concentrate. I would like to bring youth players through, and considering they have no real preference to other players coming in, and I don't really tend to sign just youngsters. I sign plenty of players, so I'd like to be able to develop and bring them through into the first team regulars. Definitely, we'll see what they say about that. Is there anything else? Youngsters, I do like to play a possession thing, so. Possession-based football. Kids bring through the youngsters, play possession-based football, and they slightly agree with defensive football. No, that'll do. We don't want to put too much. Don't want to be too specific. Let's have a look. If hired, we would expect you to be competitive and do as well as you can. Is that fair, or do you think you could do even better? Well, just to be competitive and do as well as you can, that's not really any expectation whatsoever, is it? So there's no pressure there. There is no pressure there. A weekly wage bill of £42,000 per week. The average wage at the club is £600. If given the job, I feel confident in my ability to better the proposed expectation and guide the same to a safe mid-table finish. Or if given the job, I would do my best to keep the team competitive. So effectively, they just want to avoid relegation, don't they? We don't want to put too much pressure on ourselves. We'll just say, keep the side competitive. Proposed transfer budget is £65,000. 65 grand at League 2 level actually isn't that bad. If given the job, no, not much larger. I definitely don't want to work with a smaller budget. Finances are okay, so I'll ask for a slightly larger budget. Wage budget of 40k. Wage bill's 42. Again, need a little bit more money, I'm afraid. Otherwise, we'd immediately be needing to ship out players, wouldn't we? Do you have any requests for us to consider should we decide to hire you? Not that I can think of. We currently have poor youth facilities. Now, if they want me to bring up players from the youth, I mean, we would want to set up a link with a parent club. That I would definitely want to do. We don't agree with your proposal, and I'm willing to agree with part of this. Okay, that's fine. But where are the youth facilities? We'd like the board to improve the youth facilities. Training facilities are adequate, but the youth facilities... We believe that improve the use is a fair request. And no, that's it, I think. That's all the questions we have for you today. We would like to thank you for attending this interview, and we'll be in touch once we've decided upon a new manager for the club. First interview successful. We've done our first interview. No, I'm not new to FM Gredford. I'm just going through it in a, rather than just like click, 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 I'm going through it in a more entertaining fashion rather than me just sitting here in silence and clicking, 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 clicking. And, you know, get a bit of discussion going on with you guys in the chat. Are we going to get the job at Luton? Are we going to get the job at Luton? We said we'd keep our options open, just in case we don't get the Luton job and we got the thing from Bury. Plymouth have hired Paul Jewell, so that job is now unavailable. Geesley have sacked their manager, but I wouldn't want to go that low. Bury beat Cambridge, which sucks. With their new manager, of course. Oh no, they haven't signed anyone yet. I don't know, actually. Chelsea beat Burnley. Derby have sacked McLaren. That's a bit too high. Bury off a job interview. Do we go for this job interview, or do we solely focus on Luton? Because would the Luton board find out if I went for a Bury interview? Could I sneakily drive up the M1 and then pop across to Bury, across the M62, and try and get a job interview under the noses of Luton, just in case? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the Luton board would make of it. I did say that I was gonna consider my options. If I'd gone with the secondary option, which was I'd drop the interest, then I would decline it immediately. But it really is, it's 50-50, isn't it, the response? Go for it. There's no harm in going for the interview, is there? We did say we'd keep our options open, so we're just following through on our word. Yes, thank you very much. Well, we'll give the same answer to this. I've been waiting for the right opportunity. Can you explain why you'd be merely keeping considering my options? We'll give the same answers just to keep parity with the other one. The club will be looking for a candidate capable of ensuring harmonious atmosphere amongst the squad. Okay, so they just want the players to be happy. I'm surprised you're not concerned about more important things such as results on the pitch. I can guarantee positivity amongst the players if I can get the job. I wouldn't particularly care if the players hated each other. That's not something I should be expected to control. Well, obviously the players hating each other would be bad for performance, so we're not going to say that. But I can keep players happy, can't I? I can keep players happy. I am surprised that they wouldn't be. We parted company with the last manager sooner than anybody would have anticipated. Can you offer assurances that we won't be in for a repeat of that? I'm also a manager who wants to win now. I want short-term success, and my intention is to commit a long and successful career with the club. Got to commit long-term. That's what they'd want, surely. The club is looking to hire managers, comfortable work, and limited resources. That's the thing. I'm not very good at managing money on Football Manager. I'm not very good at managing money. If we all just focus on playing football, everything else will sort itself out over time. Yeah, it makes sense. Is there anything you would like us to judge on? They moderately agree with possession football. I like that. And they moderately agree with defensive football. Slightly agree with sign young players for the first team. I don't know about a large number of youngsters, but yeah, youngsters will be on more, won't they? I've no further. If expected to reach the playoffs. Well, it's only 7th, is it, in League 2? It's only top 7 is the playoffs. You get 3 automatic spots and then 4 playoff spots. So, pardon me, challenging for the playoffs is definitely achievable. Do you have any other requests should we decide to hire you? Average training facilities, average youth facilities, fairly basic youth recruitment. Stadium's not a problem. Gig lane is fine. Don't need to improve either of those. Look for a parent club could help. We're willing to accept. That's good. That's good. I have no further proposals. Right, okay. Well, we'll see what happens, shall we? We're not leading candidate for any of the jobs that are available right now. Paul Jewell is still leading candidate for Luton, and Berry, but didn't he take the Plymouth job? He has, so he's now out of the running for that job. And you can't see what other candidates are. So we'll have an advance and we'll see what happens. It stopped earlier than a week, so what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I'm nervous now. What's my YouTube PR, Brooksy? I will put it in the chat. Let me do this. Exclamation mark YouTube, and it should link my YouTube channel. There you go. If you want to subscribe to me over on YouTube, then feel free to do so. We hit 46,000 subscribers either this morning or last night, which is fantastic. I think it was last night, actually. So thank you very much for that. If you are subscribed over there, you can see it at the top. You can see it at the top. Fiorentina have sacked someone. And they've offered us more money and a higher wage budget as well. They're 21st in the league, man. Luton got to be better than that, surely. Following vision, league expectations be competitive. There's no pressure there whatsoever, none. Transfer budget, we've got a bit of a transfer budget as well. A wage budget of £44,500 a week. It's currently 42, and they did say they wanted 40, didn't they? And we upped it, so they have been understanding there, giving us. They want us to develop youth players, improve the youth facilities, play possession football. For £825 a week, that's fine. I can't spend that money, can I? What do you think? I think I'm going to take it. Because I was never really that interested in the Bury on either. And Luton are a side that we could really do some work with. I'm going to suggest those terms. I find those terms very agreeable. Contract length until June 2016. So we've got kind of an 18-month contract. Finalised deal. Pleased that everything was finalised so quickly. We'll complete the paperwork and finalise the deal in the near future. Exit talks. It looks like we are going to have a job. Looks like we're going to have a job, boys. Shall we advance? We have a job. We are Luton manager. Luton contract offered. Planned youth facilities work. Managing Director Gary Sweet is pleased to announce that plans are in place to improve the club's youth facilities. That's fantastic. They've supported me financially as well. This upgrade is expected to cost in the region of £350,000. Construction work will begin at the end of this season. It's currently scheduled to be completed by the 7th of October 2015. So it'll start at the end of this season and then go on until this time next year. That's fine. Luton hire Gaming as manager. Luton have unveiled Chesnoy Gaming as their new manager. Gaming is said to be delighted at the chance of being involved in the day-to-day management at Kenilworth Road, and the Hatter supporters will no doubt be hoping their new manager can bring fresh momentum to the team. Yeah! Right, I will go and speak with the assistant manager. Oh no, it's the director, sorry. And we will meet with the assistant manager as well. Welcome to the Hatters. I'd like to take a few minutes of your time to welcome you to the club before handing you over to assistant manager who's going to discuss staff responsibilities with you. I also want you to assure you they have a full backing of the board, and we wouldn't have hired you if we weren't sure you were the right person to propel the club forward. Good. Great, let's get started. Luton are obviously a club with a lot of history. The fans appreciate when a newly appointed manager has taken the time to always do that. It keeps, gives you on a good standing with the board immediately. It's traditional to hold a press conference when a new manager signs. Yes. Thanks for watching my questions. Now I'm going to hand over to the assistant manager. Yep. Right, let's speak to the assistant manager, because there are a few things that personally, whenever I've gotten jobs, I've always tended to get the assistant manager to do for me. Things like arranging friendlies, being in control of friendlies, being in control of training, etc. I've never delved that far into it, but we may do it at a later point as we move through the series. But for now, just for the ease of getting into our first job, hi Chesnoy, I'm Terry Harris, your assistant manager. I've got some questions to ask you regarding the day-to-day running of the team. Yes, I'd love a team report actually, because then we can kind of gauge where the squad is at. Would you like me to arrange a meeting with the rest of your staff? Yes, I can provide you with regular reports. A monthly report is probably okay, monthly basis. Would you like me to help you with any tasks? Assist with agent offers. I can filter agent offers before they land on your desk. Agent offers? What's that? I've not noticed that before in FM, or at least I don't remember it. Agent offers. Not interested in agents. Only show future prospect of transfer listed players. Oh, is that just bids for players? No, I'll see them all. Just we can always change that a little bit later on. Always stay at that a little bit later on. Would you like me to help you? Can you assist with friendlies? Arrange, take control of the friendlies for me. It's not really something I have that much interest in, which it isn't. Can we assist with setting up opposition instructions? No, I'll let him do that. Press conferences. I really enjoy dealing with the journalists. We'll do all the press conferences. Assist in youth teams. Yes, you can take charge of that. Would you like me to know? Yes, actually. Can we assist with team talks? No, I'll do team talks. That's fine. Assist training. What training would you like help with? General training and match training. All training and match preparation, to be completely honest, because I'm not that good at setting up training, to be completely honest. We may do some research on stream a little bit later on, so we can get better at training. But which squads would you like help with? All of the squad, please. Thanks. Cheers, mate. This concludes the meeting. You know where I am if you want to find us. They weren't keen on a parent club, though, were they, at Luton? Facilities, stadium, finance. No, it's fine. We don't need to make any requests. Right, that's good. Right, choose Luton captain. I don't Steve McNulty, lol. As if Steve McNulty is the captain. We don't really want to disrupt anything too much so far. So Steve McNulty is currently out injured for 2 to 3 months as well. Luke Guttridge. Oh wow, he's a former Cambridge player. You see, early on in his career, was actually a very good player as well when he was at Cambridge. We won't change the manager now. I mean, won't change the manager. Definitely won't change the manager. We won't change the captain now. We'll leave it as is. I don't want to disrupt the squad too much. I want to keep them happy. I just subscribe to. Yeah, that's fine. Background on Luton. Won the championship once, and League One and the League Two once. Obviously won the Vanarama Conference last year to get promotion into the Football League again. Fierce rivals Watford. Yeah, they always sing about Watford at Luton. We will hold a team meeting, and we will have a look at the report as well. Hold team meeting. Right, let's have a look at their morale, shall we? They're okay-ish. A few are a little bit down. Right, I know that many of you may not have heard of me, so I wanted to personally introduce myself. Assertive or calm? No, just calm. I'm not going to be assertive. There we go. 23 people are happy. That's good. Very positive about our chances. Promotion is a bit much. I think we can finish mid-table. Is it a bit early to say? I just want you to be competitive? Say we'll beat the drop, or should we say mid-table? I'm not going to go for promotion, but mid-table or beat the drop. Which one of these three? Say for the middle one, say 1, 2, and 3. So you've got 1 is mid-table, 2 is beat the drop, 3 is just be competitive. And I'll gauge your response in the chat. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, once this goes up, then if you want to have a real-time impact on this series, then of course come over and watch the streams. There will be a link in the description down below to my Twitch channel, so head over there and follow that channel if you want to. And you can have a real-time say on what happens. Or, of course, for future streams, I can always take into account what's said in comment sections on YouTube videos, etc. A few saying 1 for mid-table, and a few saying 2 beat the drop. 1, 1, 1, cautious. Yeah, I don't want to be overly... A lot of 1s, a lot of 2s. We'll go with 2. We'll go with beat the drop. A lot higher than a relegation scrap. Okay. That's fine. So we will passionately say, have engaged the reactions, have decided I'm not being ambitious enough. We should get aiming to higher in a respectable... There we go. That turned them round, didn't it? Passionately, I have to say that's exactly the sort of reaction I was after. That's more like it. We can have a really good season if we share the same level of ambition. Passionately, yes. Good. Well, the players now seem to be on board, which is a good thing.